Every country has its own traditions for celebrating the new year. But what are the origins of these customs? Today, we will take you on a journey to explore the origins of the Chinese New Year and uncover the mysterious history behind this ancient festival. In ancient times, there was a terrifying creature known as Nian. Every year, on the night of the 30th day of the lunar year, Nian would quietly emerge from the deep mountains, bringing immense fear. It would silently walk into the villages, searching for helpless humans. Nian was enormous, with a body as tall as a mountain. It had sharp teeth and claws, and its eyes glowed with a blood-red light. Its body was covered in thick fur, and it seemed nearly invincible. When Nian appeared, all the animals would flee into their caves, and the villagers would lock their doors tightly, praying for it to stay away. Every time Nian visited the village, it would destroy everything in its path and devour all living creatures. The most heartbreaking part was that Nian had a particular fondness for eating children. People grew more and more terrified, and the time around the new year became a life-or-death moment. Villagers became anxious, fearing that they or their loved ones would be eaten by Nian. One day, a wise elder in the village discovered Nian has three major weaknesses. First, red. Nian was afraid of red things, especially bright red. Second, firelight. Nian was afraid of firelight, particularly bright flames. Third, loud sounds. Nian feared loud noises, especially explosive sounds. The elders shared these secrets with the villagers, and they decided to take action to protect themselves and their families. On New Year's Eve, the villagers became busy. They took out red cloth and paper from their homes and began decorating every corner of the village with couplets and red lanterns, filling the air with the color red. Next, they lit a huge bonfire in the village square. The flames lit up the night sky, making the village as bright as day. At the same time, the villagers started setting off loud firecrackers, and the explosive sounds echoed through the mountains, deafening everyone. Finally, Nian appeared as expected. Its enormous figure appeared at the village entrance, walking toward the village. Upon seeing the red couplets and lanterns, it immediately stopped in its tracks. When it heard the crackling flames and the booming firecrackers, it was filled with fear. Nian dared not approach the firelight, nor would it go near the red decorations. The loud sounds made it even more uneasy, so it quickly retreated, disappearing into the dark night far away. Thus, Nian was driven away by the wisdom and courage of the villagers. Every year, on New Year's Eve, the villagers would light bonfires and set off firecrackers to welcome the new year. The villagers were overjoyed, knowing that they no longer had to fear Nian's attacks, and so, the Spring Festival became a time for celebration and reunion, where everyone gathered to bid farewell to the old and welcome the new, while giving thanks for Nian's departure. From then on, every Spring Festival, the villagers would decorate their homes with red couplets and lanterns, light bonfires, and set off firecrackers in memory of the fear and wisdom of the past. And to give thanks for Nian's retreat, the Spring Festival became not only a time for reunion, but also a symbol of warding off evil and welcoming the new year. The story of Nian has been passed down through generations and has become an essential part of the Spring Festival tradition. Every time red lanterns are hung, couplets are pasted, and fireworks are set off, it is not only a celebration of the new year but also a commemoration of the ancient legend and the courage of those who came before. Nian is no longer a source of fear but a symbol of unity, wisdom, and hope.